Yeah, it's time to start the show. Off the top rope, 4-figure leg lock. Ric Flair with the chest chop. Haters wonder why I never tap out. A young king like DeMarcus. Undertaker with a coffin. Choke slam so often. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Man, the boy keep flossing. Man, the boy keep talking. I'm with David. I'm the same.
Another episode of Wrestling with Things. Come on in and watch and invade our privacy. And do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Wrestling with Things and like our page on Facebook at Wrestling with Things for all sorts of video content, analysis, debates, and all our perspectives on the sports and entertainment world. And speaking of invading privacy, there's a certain album that's floating around about invading privacy. If you're not living under a rock, arguably the hottest hip-hop artist out right now is Cardi B, straight from the Bronx. Her new album is called Invasion of Privacy. Before we even get into the album, Sammy, I'm going to be a gentleman and a scholar like I ever so often am, and I'm going to let you go first. What are your main takeaways from that Breakfast Club interview, the most recent one she just did a few days ago?
Well, it's obviously she's there for a purpose. She's there to promote the album. She's there to make people go out and buy the album, and she's there to, get more attention to her, not just her, but her brand and the album and the couple. Right. So her job, she did everything right. She went out there, she told them why she hid the baby, even if it's the fake reason why she hid the baby. But she went out there and told them why she kept it a secret. She went out there and talked about the album. And pregnancy, let's just say this. When you're pregnant and you have a baby on the way, you're going to get attention. Girls is gonna love it.
It's not something you can really hide, especially when you're famous.
Yeah, it's right out the gates. It's a money making plan because everybody's gonna hear about the baby. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, we're interested now, and that's exactly what it was done. Because you've seen how DJ Anthony was reacting. He was
that's a good point.
He was out. He usually doesn't even talk like that when anybody.
He sounded more like he was. I know he has kids. He was speaking like a dad almost. He was speaking like he was the godfather of her baby. Like he was excited for it to come out.
He's asking all sorts of dumb questions like, "Hey, you feeling a little nauseous? Are you craving anything at the moment?" So she went out there and did what she was supposed to do as a marketing genius. Even if somebody told her what to do, she played the right game.
Okay. You bring up some points that I actually had a lot of takeaways from that Breakfast Club interview, and you bring some takeaways that I honestly didn't even think of, but that is a good point. There's a sentimental value that comes with a kid. Anything that involves a baby or a young child, or even sometimes a woman, it sparks adorable emotions. People are more sensitive to that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how it happens. It's always.
So I agree with that, and I think of that. I appreciate those words that you just bring, but I have a lot of other takeaways from this, and I want to preface my comments, full disclaimer, because these days, especially when it comes to Cardi B, I've been noticing on various social media networks and social media sites that it's either you hate her or you love her. I think I fall objectively somewhere in between. I think I'm being open-minded to Cardi B, the artist, and Cardi B, the character, and all that. Because I did listen to her album with an open mind. So I don't consider myself a fan, and I don't hate the woman. What do I get out of hating the woman? Because I know there's going to be a lot of people, specifically that are women, that always... They'll take a bullet for her. I see all over Twitter. They're defending her all day and every day about this baby. That's a good point. That's a great point. Great point. So I'm not a hater. I think I'm looking at this like an objective human being. So my main takeaway, I'm gonna read off some Cardi quotes. Let me start with this because these are the facts. This is data.
Go ahead.
Data.
Go ahead.
One of her quotes. I can't wait until May to put the album out because I'm competing with time in my body. That kind of confirms Joe Budden's point that maybe this album's rushed because of the pregnancy. Yeah. She didn't want to wait until after the baby and take a break. She wanted to rush it out. So and I'm not knocking her. I'm just reading the data. I can't handle my own self. This is when I believe one of them in the Breakfast Club asked her, would she? It was Charlamagne. He asked her if she would ever consider running her own label, like somewhat of an independent. Her answer was, I can't handle my own self, let alone another artist. Now let me keep going here. Data, facts.
Go ahead.
Emotions aren't in this for me.
They all.
I don't know about anybody.
They all seen it.
I enjoy music, but lately it's so. People have made it hard to enjoy it. When I was a dancer, I was way much happier. Bad grammar, but that's what the quote was. Maturity, and I think this is a maturity factor coming in. I'm going to get to that soon. And every time, Sammy, I don't know if you noticed, but every time they brought up something about her and Offset doing something together, or they brought up his name, she didn't say Offset. She said, my dude, or my guy, or people are in my relationship. She never, Sammy, that interview's about 35, 40. She never called him by name. Last quote. I'm not going to waste anybody's time anymore. One more piece of fact. Sometimes I'd be like, no, this is Angela Yee asking her if she wants like an Offset Cardi reality show. Sometimes I'd be like, no, but then I see the money, and then I'd be like, it doesn't sound too bad. Then she does her,
a little,
okay, yeah. What do all these quotes tell you? She's embarrassed of the child. Now, I'm not saying she's embarrassed that she's having a kid. A kid is a blessing from God, but let's call a spade a spade. The timing of this is not ideal. She knows the timing of this is not ideal, but at the same time, I think sometimes, especially as black women, they have to look like Superwoman. They have to look like I have this kid and nothing's tearing me down and I'm powerful. I could do this. I could have this kid. I could rap. I could do reality TV, etc., etc. And she's hustling. You can't take. Hold on, I'm gonna let you go. She's hustling because let's be honest. Anybody before she's only 25, anybody would kill to have their brand grow to this level by the age of 25. But let's put some context and reality into the situation. It shouldn't be because you love her or you think her album's hot or you love her music that you put aside the facts. The facts are Offset has multiple baby mothers. And that is the fact. I'm not trying to say that she shouldn't be with him. But the facts are he has multiple baby mothers. The other fact is this is bad timing and it almost cost you it caused you to rush the album in some respects. And it also, she was uncomfortable that whole interview. She looked like she wanted to break down. My ultimate takeaway is, one, this baby was definitely, absolutely, positively, 100% not what she wanted at this time. But she's going to run with it and make the best out of the situation. That's understandable.
When you get in the bag, it's easy to do
that. When you get in the bag, it's easy to do that. But all those women out there that are praising her for staying put, it's like, we're not bashing Cardi B for having a child before marriage. That happens every day. We're not bashing Cardi B because she's a stripper. Some people strip for the money. And I believe she truly did just do it strictly for money, not for selling herself. The point is, she's being not a smart person. She's not making smart decisions. She's actually a smart person, but she's proven with this Offset thing that she doesn't make smart decisions. That's my main takeaway. To end this on an end note, because I am talking a little too much, talking more than usual, my main takeaway on this is that she thinks money is all it takes to raise a child successfully. Multiple times in that interview, she was like, I'm a millionaire. Her net worth's about $4 million now. Oh, I don't mean to brag. I'm a millionaire. She did that on Hot 97 too. She's bringing up her net worth. Raising a child isn't just about money. It's about maturity and resources.
if you have that maturity, I ain't no expert, but you have to have that mature state of mind that you're ready to put that kid first at all times. You're ready to put yourself aside for that kid. You're ready to put in the time, energy to nurture it. It's not just about the dollars. And to be honest, I think someone like her that's so smart should not be encouraging these dumb decisions in her life, because it's literally, as we see on our timelines, having these women think this is how they should be doing things too. And I'm gonna let you go.
On a side note though, Offset has to be. On a side note though, Offset has to be the most luckiest man.
Oh yeah,
because you get to do what you want. You get to cheat as much women as you want. You get to sleep with as much girls as you want, and you get to come back home to a girl that's saying that she's not gonna leave you. It's crazy. Like,
it is.
But this is what I really want to get into, because to all the women out there, they really need to make up their mind. Do they want it to be the trend to stick with the guy no matter what, or do they want to leave the guy as once he does that?
And that's the
they need to make up their mind. Like, is a guy a scum for this, or is he not? Because at this point, I'm confused. I go on social media all the time. They say, oh, leave them alone. Don't leave a woman. Don't leave a loyal man just because he did wrong sometimes. I see all the memes out there. I see everything going on. Like, do you want the guy to be faithful, or do you not want him to be faithful? If you approve of that couple, you're just dead wrong. You're dead wrong at that point.
And I think that's one of the main problems. They're giving this notion that I'm a baby mother, and I'll stay put. But yet, you guys preach that you don't want a guy to do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't send a logical message at all whatsoever. And my main, and to add to everything that I just babbled on about, the fame is getting to her. She's not built for this life yet. She's not built for it. If you look at the data that I read, combined with the facial expression and the visuals through that interview, I thought she was going to cry. I think she was close to tearing up at some points. You know, I think people think I have no feelings. I care about her feelings. And I'm saying that she should take a longer break after this child, because I think for her mental health and for her career, she could take a little break, unwind, you know, take care of this child, and then maybe recalibrate and come back more built for this game. Because right now, she went from being the most over-the-top personality, which she's great. She's engaging. She's charismatic. She's funny. She seems like a genuinely nice person when you meet her face to face. And she's learned how to brand herself. Her brand is great. But she's not built for this spotlight yet. And I think she needs to go back into the drawing board before she continues.
By the way, I'm really confused. Why is she so applauded for staying with Offset, but when Jay-Z was cheating on Beyonce, it was, go get Becky with the good hair.
These are good questions to ask.
Oh, he's a scum. Like, he doesn't know what he has in front of him. He's like,
good questions to ask.
And they did the same thing to Big Sean not too long ago when they found that Big Sean was like going around Janae Aiko's back. So I'm confused. Like, is this what they want, or is this not what they want?
And people, and I know she has such a great fan base, and a lot of them are gonna look at it like you're bashing her as a woman, or you're shaming her for being a woman. It has nothing to do with that.
Not at all.
Again, it's the message you're sending. You're sending that I'm going to stay with this guy, albeit it's probably for industry reasons. Yeah. You're sending the message that he don't need to be careful. She put out that single, Be Careful, and I like it. But he don't need to be careful.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. Yeah.
He's getting away with it.
Yeah.
And ladies, if you love Cardi B, you should be thinking along the lines I'm thinking and Sammy's thinking, that she shouldn't take this, that she should prove that he needs to be careful, that she should prove that she's the independent woman that she's portraying herself to be. Now, on to the album. Let's switch gears for a little bit. I thought the album was okay for her first album. You know, I did listen to it with an open mind. I like the Be Careful. I like her opening song, Get Up 10. I like a few tracks on there, but overall, everybody's calling it hot. Flame emoji, flame emoji, flame emoji. It wasn't hot. I just think we're in a place where people are so in love with the character and the person that they're not being totally honest with the music. And that happens for a lot of artists. It really does. But it's going to a far extent with Cardi B so far.
About the album, I heard a lot of it, but I think it was good enough for what she's trying to
Yes,
do.
yeah. Few catchy music, party songs, you know.
Because, yeah, it already had the Bodak Yellow on it, so it's good enough to keep the momentum going for anything that she's trying to do next. I really don't think this album was supposed to be something that was like to her full potential.
I agree with that.
Because like you said, it was rushed.
I agree with that. People are making it seem like, wow, classic album already. Cardi B's premiering with a classic. This is not no classic. I wouldn't even call it hot. I would say, like you said, for where she's at in her career, it was a solid piece of work.
The thing is, people are confused on what classic and hot. Like they're confused like with that line. That when there's a big line down the middle, like they don't know. They don't know whether they don't know whether